Hey folks, my name is Brian and you're watching Survival on Purpose. Okay folks, so today's video is about the Schrade SCHOTF7. And I had to look at that because Schrade doesn't put names on their knives, they give them numbers. And what's cool about it is a spring assisted out the front knife. It's not an automatic knife, it's a spring assisted. What's really cool about this knife is I won it. So what happened was I entered a little Facebook contest a few weeks ago, win a free knife. I thought, okay, what the heck, man, take a minute, I'll do it. I believe I was, it was a notification from Equipped to Endure. They have a really cool channel also, and I'll put a link to it below just so you can give them a look if you're not familiar with them. Adam over there has got a great channel going. He's been around for a long time, and he's got a very popular channel. So anyway, I got a notification that Schrade's having a contest. Click here to enter, whatever. So I did, and believe it or not, I won. I was one of 3 winners, and they sent me this cool knife. And so what I thought I would do was do a quick review of it for you. So stick with me. Let me readjust some camera stuff, and we'll take a look at it. Okay, so this is the Schrade SCHOTF7. Spring assisted out the front knife. And some of the features about this knife: the blade is 3.5 inches long. I'm looking up the specs here if you wonder what I'm looking at. Blade's 3.5 inches long. Overall length is 9 inches when it's open. It is a drop point hollow ground blade. It is bead blasted. The handles are aluminum with these black rubber inserts, and the steel is hang on, I'll tell you. It is AUS8 steel, which is a stainless steel made in Japan. And what's really cool about it is this is not, first of all, this is a pretty good sized knife. It's got a really big enough grip to really use. So you don't have, this is not a fragile little knife. And the blade is very strong in here. I've got a couple of lower priced out the front automatics. It's pretty flimsy. So we'll take a look at actually using this knife in a minute, but I want to show you the features. First of all, down here, there's a little safety, and red obviously means danger. So when the safety is engaged, you can't see it, nothing happens when you push this little button up here, okay? There go my specs. It's got a pocket clip on it, and it's a point down clip. The clip's very close to the top, so it really sits way down deep in your pocket, so it doesn't stick up and look very obtrusive. It's also got a glass breaker on the tip here, and I couldn't find anybody that was willing to let me try this one out. So I have to take Schrade's word for it that it works, but I don't see why it wouldn't. I've seen other videos of people popping glass with these things, and they work like a champ. So the thing is, what it does, it intensifies your force and concentrates all the force of the impact in one very tiny area, so it breaks even safety glass. So the way you operate this knife is you disengage the safeties where it's red now, and just give the back up a little bit where you can see. Just push up a little bit on this lever, and it starts the spring assist, and it pops right out. And then once it's out, it locks out. It's very solid. It's got a big beefy handle on it. You can actually probably use this for some pretty strong cutting stuff. And then when you want to retract the blade, there's a little button here on the corner. You just push that button down, and you can see the blade move back in just a little bit. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's try it again. Push that button down. See the blade move back just a little bit. Then you can manually retract it until it goes all the way back and it locks again. And it's probably a good idea to make sure you engage the safety before you put it in your pocket, because otherwise you might stab yourself in the leg. But it actually works very well. It's almost like an automatic. You push a little button there. You can actually retract it with one hand. It takes a little bit of maneuvering. It's not quite like an automatic, but pretty handy. And what's really handy about it is this thing is not crazy priced. It's somewhere. I think the list price is around 75 bucks, and you can probably find them a lot cheaper than that on different places on the internet. Again, it's got aluminum handles, aluminum scales with rubber inserts, and it just works like a dream. Schrade has done a really good job, in my opinion, of producing some high value knives. They're reasonably priced, and the quality is probably, in my opinion, is better than average, better than I expected for a knife in the sub $50 price range. I think I've seen this for under 50 bucks on the internet. It's Yeah, I just like doing that, don't you? I promise if you get one of these, you'll spend a lot of time doing that. I don't know why, but. So let's just take a look and see how well this thing performs on some pretty common tasks. Okay, one of the things a knife's always called on to do is just cut cord. So I just want to, this is straight out of the box and not sharpened at all. See how well it cuts a piece of paracord. It's a wet paracord and it cut it pretty well. Probably not a big test, but it's definitely something you'll be doing with your knife. So what about just a regular piece of oak? This is pretty dried oak. So while not shaving sharp, that's actually pretty good. This is not really a bushcrafter knife, but it's not doing too bad a job really on the doing a little feathering on its oak. So you can see pretty decent actually. Okay, so while not at all a bushcraft knife, one of the things I always like to see is if knife will strike a ferro rod. So we're going to give it a shot and see. So it's got a sharp enough spine on back. You can see that it does strike a ferro rod. Does a pretty good job of it. That's a pretty 90 degree right there. So probably not its intended use, but in my opinion, that's a bonus. Okay, well, it's been a somewhat rambling review of the Schrade SCHOT F7. One more time, just because it's fun. If you're interested in this knife, I hope this review's been helpful. If you're looking for a good meaty, out the front, kind of unique knife that feels pretty tough, you might want to give this one a try. Well, I really appreciate you watching this video, subscribing to my channel. Leave a comment below, let me know what you think. I really appreciate everything. Thank you so much. Once again, my name is Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident. So be prepared. See you next time.